What is up, guys? It's your boy Kiger back with another Hypixel Skyblock video. Hypixel just dropped a pretty fat update on Skyblock that pretty much just changes the way that all progression kind of works. They did a lot of balancing changes, they did a lot of progression changes, and so, yeah, in this video, we're going to be talking about all of those, which is super cool, yeah. Yeah, before we get into it, just quick side note, this guy's back, the Tayoshi Alchemist, he's here, he's got this stuff, so I'll make a vid on that soon, you know, where, like, I explain kind of how we can get all the items that we've figured out so far, but yeah, I've gotten a couple of them, sold them, I made a lot of coin off of him for literally no effort whatsoever, like, kind of just handed me like 30 million coins, which is pretty cool, but that has nothing to do with the video. But let's talk about the actual thing let's talk about the actual reason you clicked on this video, which is for Skyblock levels. So basically, Hypixel added a new level system to Skyblock that essentially, it replaced Fairy Souls, and it now basically gives you health and strength based off of just random things that you've done to progress in the game. Whether it be leveling skills, dungeons, class levels, collections, there's a variety of things that you can do to level it up. But overall, it is an upgrade for late game players and a downgrade for early game players, because obviously with Fairy Souls having less of an effect, it's worse for early game players, because it was getting Fairy Souls easy, but grinding skills in the early game is not. But once you get to a decent Skyblock level like mine, which is 193, it gives much more health than Fairy Souls did. Now, your damage will probably go down, because it gives much less strength than Fairy Souls, and it gives no defense, unlike Fairy Souls, and it gives no speed, unlike Fairy Souls. The Fairy Souls only really gave, like, 3 speed, so that doesn't really make much of a difference. But, yeah. But also, the thumbnail. What does the thumbnail mean? Well, pretty much, this video, or in this update, right, the admins kind of said, screw the Nons. We don't like the Nons. The Nons suck. They are bad. And essentially, they did some stuff. So, pretty much, the Juju now requires Enderman Slayer 5 instead of Enderman Slayer 3. Which is, you know, like 20 times the amount of XP that it used to require. Which is a lot. It's a lot. And also, the Flower of Truth now requires a floor 6 completion. So, you know, you can't use that on your first day as a Berserker anymore. And also, the Livid Dagger got nerfed, the Emerald Blade got nerfed. The Emerald Blade, basically, if you have an Emerald Blade, right, you need to have a lot of coins in your purse. But now, if you use an Emerald Blade, then you still lose coins if you have Cookie Buff. So it kind of sucks. And yeah, and now Livid Dagger gives less attack speed, which is another thing that happened. Yeah, Livid Dagger gives less attack speed. They kind of dunked on, like, everything that the Nons liked, but they did buff the Spirit Scepter. So I guess that's something. You know? That's cool. I guess that's something for you guys. But other things they did, they gave the Shadow Fury a chonky buff. Oh my god, it is actually, like, pretty freaking good now. It gives 30 more strength and 60 more crit damage than it used to give, when it's fragged. When it's not fragged, it's still decent, but it's not as good of a buff when it's not fragged. And then we have Claymore. Claymore also got a much-needed, much-deserved buff. It finally has gemstone slots. That took them, like, I don't know, how long has it been since M7 came out? What, 6 months? It took them 6 months too long, but they finally did it. I don't think M7's been out that long. Maybe it has. Maybe it hasn't. I think that's just kind of a guess, but I'm pretty sure it hasn't been out for about that long now. So, yeah. The Claymore also got 30 crit damage, so that's cool. It's pretty chonky now. It's very strong. Now let's talk about the actual thing of, like, how do you level up with Skyblock levels? What are the best ways, what are the fastest ways, the most efficient ways to level up? So, if we go over here and we talk about, and we check all this stuff, we have, you know, you get some stuff from leveling up your dungeon level, class levels, skill levels, slayer levels. So, basically, skills are a pretty chunky part of it, and that's the only reason I have a good Skyblock level. All my guildmates bully me for having, like, a crap Catacombs level. But now I can make fun of them, because I have a higher Skyblock level than most of them, because I actually grind skills, and they don't. Like no one in everyone in my guild hates skills. I don't know why. They don't like it. But yeah, I do. So I have actual stuff because of that, which is cool. And another thing that is very important for Skyblock levels is the museum. The museum gives a stupid amount of Skyblock XP for no reason whatsoever. You can just chuck, like, and it doesn't matter how expensive the item you put in is. You just throw in, like, all of the cheap armor sets, all the cheap, like, dungeon mob drop things, and get, like 10 Skyblock levels super easily. Is it really boring and really annoying? Yes. But it's practically free. So that's cool. We have also some other things, like, you know, Melody's Harp, which annoys me, because, Through the Campfire is absolute hell. Bank upgrades give a little bit, you know, and then there's stuff like beating Kudra, Arachne, completing different dungeons, you know, doing, like, different stuff for the first time is also stuff. Commission milestones is good, but you have to go back and claim them again, so talk to your emissaries and claim those. Then there's collections, Fairy Souls give a little bit. Then there's, like, Dungeon Boss Collection. Bestiary gives a ridiculous amount, and that's kind of the only way to get past, like, once you're level 300, that's kind of all you have left to do. Minions give a lot, the dojo gives a little bit, Heart of the Mountain gives a decent amount, and of course your accessory bag gives you one for every magical power, which is, like, it's like 1 power per, gives you 1 XP per accessory power, and it's capped at, like, level, it's capped at 1,000, it's capped at 1,000 magic power. Which is pretty cool. So, yeah. So yeah, it's an interesting update. The Nons got screwed over, and you can see this in the reflection of the prices of certain items. Like, if we go to Aspect of the Dragons, I think that went up a little bit. Aspect of the Dragons. Yeah, oh wait, that's... Yeah, Aspect of the Dragons went up a bit. Shadow Fury went up because it got buffed to basically be almost as good as a Giant Sword. So that's expensive. Then we got, of course, Spirit Bow, which is now the replacement of the Juju Bow. And it's terrible. Oh my god, it shoots so slow. And all the Nons have just as massive of an ego as they had before with the Juju. A guy tried to steal my solo arch with a Spirit Bow. And it took like 3 times longer in the boss fight. This was like in 4-6. It was pain. I did not like it. It sucked. But yeah, Skyblock levels are pretty easy to get. The only thing that I don't really love about it is that it is a bit pay to win for like a lot of the stuff, which I don't really think is a great thing. Like pet scores, pay to win. Like, yeah, so it's like, your pet scores pay to win, museum progressions pay to win, accessory bag is pay to win, minions are pay to win, bank upgrades is pay to win. So, there's a bit of stuff that I don't love about it, because there definitely is some of it that is, like, you can just spend money and you'll get stats from it, which obviously, like, isn't the best thing from a game design perspective, because the one thing about Skyblock is that, oh, you still need to, like, grind for the base stats. You can't pay for that, but you kinda can now, because you can just, like, get to, like, level 200 by getting max minions and max museum, and that's not true, but I think it's, like, what, 50? Let's do the math. Let's do the math here. We got 20 levels there, about 50 levels there, and then about 10 more there, so that's like 60. Or no, this is 60. this is probably, at max, this would probably be another 60. Or so, like 70 levels there. So yeah, that's probably like 70 levels that you can literally get just by like pay-to-winning your way through it, and like absolutely nothing. Like, and that's not even including the fact that you can get Slayer carries, dungeon carries, etc. Because those do still take a bit of time. But like literally just from pay-to-win, you can get yourself an easy 70 levels, which I just don't think that's the healthiest for the game. But like, it's not too big of a problem because if you're pay-to-winning, you're insane if you put it all into just crafting a bunch of tier 12 minions to be able to get as much Skyblock XP as possible. That's just like, yeah, there are places to get help if you do that, alright? There are. Don't worry. But yeah, that's pretty much all for this video, you know, subscribe, get me to 250 subs for 25 mil giveaway. As you can clearly see, I have the Thank you, Badline. As you can see on the right, I have 78 million coins, alright? I got the facilities for this one, alright? Okay? I'm kind of doing pretty solid on coin right now, especially since I also have a bit in the bazaar. Let's just relist these. I've been doing a little thing where I just kind of, I go to the end to make money recently, because it's literally just free money. I just go to the end, buy a bunch of Ender Slayer 6, and then sell off for it on the bazaar. And I like to call it honest businessmaning, because that's what it is. I'm being an honest businessman. So yeah, that's all for this video, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Subscribe, like, obviously, all the normal stuff, and goodbye!